Is our path laid out before us, or is it something that we choose? Are we guaranteed a victory? Is success just ours to lose? How much free will do we have, if any, after all? It seems when things are on the up, that is when we fall. Is that the way it's meant to be? A life of ups and downs, ever-shifting waters in which we're doomed to drown? Or do the choices that we make determine how life goes? I'd like to think this is the case, but who amongst us knows?
Destiny. It's a word you've been using a lot recently. How is your destiny for the betterment of SME? Seems like it's only for the betterment of Wilson Fist. But that's what it's always been about, hasn't it? Back when you were fighting Rick, you would always claim that you were fighting for the company. But you were actually fighting for your perceived vision of what the company should be. Just like you're doing now. Same for the reason of you being so bitter about the King of Social Media tournament. Your own ego telling you that you're not wrong, the tournament is wrong, and that everyone was holding you back and denying you your fate. The only person denying you your fate was yourself. You can lie to me and everyone else, but you can't lie to yourself, Wilson. But eventually, you got what you wanted. You had something in your hands that gave you all the power you needed in this company. Think about it. What made you more powerful in the SME than anything else? It wasn't BCM. It certainly wasn't the other connections you made in this business. You know what it was, even if you don't realize it. Think back to situations where people asked you questions like, what if someone on the roster starts causing trouble? What if other companies try to invade and take over? What will you do if IW tries to come after us? It was always the same answer, wasn't it? You would always look at them, smile, and say, we have a Phil. I was the nuclear option that deterred anyone from trying to mess with this company. I was the weapon you could turn on anyone to make them toe the line. I was the gun you aimed at any dissent to make it stop. I was your final solution. But tonight, you don't have that luxury, do you? Tonight, you're the problem to be solved. Tonight, you've turned the gun on yourself. Allow me to tell you a story about last year's King of Social Media tournament. Between matches, I was flying back to the UK to get treatments to stabilize the liver that was given to me. At one point, there was a worry that after having those 2 matches back to back in one night, that maybe I might have to go under the knife again. But luckily for me, I soldiered on, and the surgery became medical treatment instead. But during that tournament, I was in agony every single day, and I had to hide that every time I walked into an arena. I didn't want the management of this company to find out just how bad it was. I was at 50% at best. The reason I limit my schedule is because I was biding my time. I knew that there would be a time where I would either make my final stand or that I would take it all. You are living in that time right now. You can quote destiny or fate all that you want, but my free will doesn't care about your fate. Last year, it was a battle in itself just to make it to the ring, let alone compete. This year, there is no battle. There is nothing but focus. This isn't destiny. This isn't about a skewed notion of betterment. It's not about a man who claimed to make the StreamYard Championship the workhorse title. It's about the man who made that man, and about how he's going to fix this industry. This is step one. I'm not in your way, Wilson. You're in mine.